Hi, it's Coach Judy here, and I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'm calling it Your Journey Back to Health Starts with a Dream, and I just want to honor you that you decided to take a few minutes and see what this is about. So I hope that it brings you some insight and it brings you some tools and some skills to navigate your own health journey, right? So, we all want to be healthy, right? We all want to feel better. We all want good health. But what does that really look like? What does that look like for you? What does it look like for me, right? So we need to get really clear about that. And then why do we want to be healthy anyway? Like what health for the sake of health is not of any value, right? Just striving to have health and to lose weight for no particular reason is not really going to be motivating and inspiring, right? So that's one of the issues that we tend to struggle with. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about me if you don't know, but I'm a nurse and a health coach and a life coach. And I struggled throughout my life with, my adult life with eating disorder, binge eating disorder, struggled with my weight, struggled with shame and unworthiness and a whole bunch of other things like that, chronic fatigue. Anyway, and in 2008, I had some outpatient surgery, and shortly thereafter, I developed all sorts of autoimmune problems. I went full-blown menopause. I had all of these issues, and autoimmune colitis, and leaky gut, and anemia, and allergies, all kinds of things, and I was really, really sick and really in a rough place, trying to just make it through my day without pain, without all kinds of being near a bathroom, and it was really challenging. And as a nurse, I totally empathize, with my patients over the years for sure that they were struggling and suffering, but I was I finally just, kept going to doctors, and I don't know, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. And then finally, I just decided, which is what I always told my clients, my patients, you need to be your own best advocate. You need to be your own healthcare, proxy. And you need to say, something's still not right. Something's still not right. And I just decided I am going to figure this out. I'm a nurse. I wasn't a health coach at the time, but I'm a nurse, and I have been, for 20-something years, I've been a nurse, and I'm going to figure this out, right? Because that's what I do. I'm a problem solver. So I said, I'm going to figure this out, and I just went on this journey because I decided that I wanted to be well. I decided that I didn't want to feel like that anymore. And taking all these medicines were making it even worse. So that's one of the things that I'm going to help you understand, is that claiming your well-being, right? So that's just a little background, but I did sort of figure it out, and I healed myself of almost all of that. And now I really want to help others on their own journey back to health, right? So again, we talk about why do you want to be healthy, right? Kind of think about it. Do you want to play with your children or your grandchildren? Do you want to be in less pain from whatever you're dealing with? Do you want to be able to ride bikes? Or do you want to be able to go walk on the beach? Or, what are the things in your life that you would be doing if you weren't sick, unwell, or overweight, right? What would you be doing with your life? Because that's, if you woke up, if I could wave my magic wand and you woke up tomorrow and you were well, what would well-being look like for you, right? Would you travel more? Would you go hiking in the mountains? Would you, like me, I just started paddleboarding a few years ago. I love it, and so I want to be strong and fit and healthy so I can go out paddleboarding, and I want to learn to surf, and I want to travel, and I just want to feel good in the skin that I'm in, right? I want to because I remember what it felt like to feel so sick. And so I totally understand your suffering if you are in that place, but there is hope and there is a way out, right? There is a way out. That even if you're struggling with something like cancer and some sort of terminal illness, you still can make the time and the life that you have more empowered and feel better, and you can figure things out for yourself and find more joy in your day, right? Instead of focusing on so much of that. So again, why do you want to be healthy, right? And then, I want you to write down some things. Get a piece of paper. I want you to write this stuff. Why do you want to be healthy? What is that? What is the purpose of that? Just because your doctor said you needed to? The problem with fear-based journeys into health is that it's overwhelming, right? Yes, a lot of people get that scare. They have a stroke or a heart attack, or they're diagnosed with something, diabetes or some other thing, and they get it together, right? And they figure it out, and they follow the plan, and they get their act together. The challenge with that is that you're still not having something to pull you forward that's inspiring, that's motivating. This is like fear and lack, and I'm going to die. And yes, it can motivate you, but it only can motivate you so far, right? We still want to, again, why do you want to be healthy? Because you're afraid you're going to die? Well, there are millions and millions of people running around with unwellness, and they are afraid they're going to die, and yet they still can't seem to navigate their health journey. So what I've discovered is that when you have a vision, when you have this, this reason, this powerful why, why you want to be healthy, then it'll, pull you forward. So now you've got your why, right? And then we need to get really clear on what this healthy life is going to look like for you, right? We're going to dream. When I said your journey back to health starts with a dream, here it is. Like, we're going to dream it up. We're going to make it up, right? We're going to create, just dream it up. What would your dream life look like if you were healthy? Like, what would you be doing? We just talked about that. Would you be riding bikes? Would you be traveling more? Would you be happier, right? Would you find more joy in life? Are these things keeping you stuck in your house? Is this illness keeping you housebound, right? So, but dream it up. If there were no circumstance, if there was no time or money or illness or anything keeping you from it, what would you really love to do? What would you love this life to look like? It's kind of like building a house, right? We just moved into this dream house a couple months ago, and we had to decide, what exactly did we want? Like, where did we want this? The bathroom, the garage and the patio and the kitchen. And like, you can't just go to a builder and say, hey, build me a great house. He has no idea what you want, right? Build me a better house. I don't know. You want better health. I just want to feel better. What does that mean? What does that look like, right? So we're going to dream it up. Again, get your paper. I want you to go out 3 years from now. You're going to be, however old you are, 3 years from now. You're really, because your subconscious is powerful. So we want to go out a little bit and imagine, right? Use your imagination for this powerful dreaming rather than the imagination to terrorize yourself with all the things that could go bad and wrong in your life, right? So I want you to write it out and start with, write it in the future. Like you are in the future. I am so happy and grateful now that my health I've lost 50 pounds. My diabetes is under control. I have more energy to play with my children and grandchildren. I enjoy walks on the beach with my loved ones, right? I'm so happy and grateful, right? And then I also want you to expand a little bit. Where do you live? What are you doing? Do you have a garden? Do you have a, do you ride your bike every day? Do you travel? And your house, where do you live? Sort of, are you staying in the place that you are? awesome. If you really want something smaller or something bigger or something else, or you really want to live someplace else, near the beach so you can walk on the beach, or maybe you want to, right? And don't get stuck in the how, right? We're not thinking about how, right? The how kills all. This is just dreaming. This is just desire. Allow yourself that opportunity to at least know what you would love, right? So write it all out. Where you live. What does your life look like? What are you doing every day, right? Are you going to work? Are you keeping this job? Do you have a different job? Did you start your own business? Like, kind of make it all up. What is your life? What does this healthy version of your life look like? This happy, healthy version of your life that you would love, right? And then you've got to believe it, right? You've got to start believing in this, that it's possible, right? No matter what your circumstances, it's possible to be better. It's possible to be healthier. It's possible to feel better and have more energy. It's possible to enjoy life more, right? If we're constantly focused on, and I get it. I was there. I was like, oh my gosh, leaky gut, autoimmune, colitis. Like, I was constantly like, I have all these problems. What's going on, right? But I continued to sort of, as I got better, and then you believe it. You got to really be in gratitude for what you do have, right? Your legs aren't feeling good, your hips, your knees, whatever. How are your arms, right? You can hug people. You can write letters to people. You can open a book and read it. Maybe you can sit and cook instead of standing, right? Be grateful for the part. If your mind is working good, be grateful for that. Be in gratitude, right? You cannot be in frustration and anxiety and overwhelm and gratitude at the same time. So when you find yourself swirling in that, to say, I'm so happy and grateful for these hands that have nursed people, that raised my children. I'm so happy and grateful for my eyesight, whatever, right? So happy and grateful for my husband and our life that we've created, right? So your thoughts and your words are so powerful. So when I say believe it, I mean, it's going to be hard because right now you're in the circumstance of your health, right? You have an extra 50 or 100 pounds. You have some diagnosis that you're not happy with. You have some issues that are holding you back and keeping you stuck. Maybe you're in pain, right? But if you run around saying, I'm a bad diabetic, like, that's what your brain is going to believe, right? Instead of saying, I'm figuring it out. This diabetes thing, I'm figuring it out. I'm getting better and better every day, right? As soon as you catch yourself saying things that are not helpful, do not make you feel good, then we need to change it, right? That's what I do. Shift the script, shifting that script for yourself. So start being aware of the words coming out of your mouth and the thoughts coming out of your head, right? Because thoughts create your feelings, right? So if you're saying things that make you feel sad, bad, unhappy, worried, scared, like, that is not the energy for healing, right? We want to be on a healing journey, right? So And maybe you can't get to the place where you can be like, oh, well, I'm just going to be cured of my cancer. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you can start saying some better, more empowering thoughts to yourself. So instead of, I get this a lot, and I used to do it too, like, my body failed me. Like, what the heck? This body failed me, right? And, like, that's not a good, empowering place to be coming from. So we need to come from a place of love and self-compassion and saying, like, wow, like, this body, I love you, and I'm sorry you're struggling. Like, talk to it, right? I know it may sound a little crazy, but give your body some love, and your body is amazing, right? This body does amazing things. So try not to be so focused on all the stuff that it's struggling with. I believe there's a lesson there. I believe there's something for us to learn. I believe that when someone breaks an arm or a leg, it's God and the universe or whatever you choose to believe in is saying, take a break, right? That you've got to stop. Like, your body just can only do so much, and we just really want to push it into overdrive. Sometimes it just needs to rest. Sometimes we just need to rest, right? So believe it. Start believing that anything is possible. You've heard stories about miraculous healings and people recovering from things that, cancer going away. It's totally possible, right? You have to, there is evidence out there. The problem is we're believing all this evidence to the contrary, right? So the next thing is to claim it, right? So we've got dream it, we're going to believe it, and then we're going to claim it. We're going to claim our health, right? You're going to claim your journey back to health. You're going to claim well-being, right? You don't have to claim your disease. A lot of my patients and clients do that. They claim the disease. I'm a diabetic. No, you are a beautiful human being who happens to have a blood sugar dysregulation problem. You are a beautiful human being who happens to have cancer. Right? You are not that. That is just happening to your body. Why? For a variety of reasons. Some things we may never know, right? We just may never know. You may have done everything right. I know lots of people that have eaten very well their whole life, never drank, never did, and yet they still ended up with cancer or heart attack or heart disease or whatever, right? But all you can do is just try to claim the healthiest version of yourself, right? And I know it's a challenge in our world. There's junk food everywhere. There's donuts. There's just, commercials telling us that, certain sodas will make you happy and we have Happy Meals. I mean, really, come on, food is there for nourishment. Yes, we can enjoy our food and we can enjoy it, but it's not your food's job to make you happy, and it's not your spouse's job to make you happy. It's your job to make you happy, and if being healthy is part of that, then claim it, right? So try and take back your power, and go to the doctors and say, hey, because you know what? Do what you can to figure it out, right? But I also, I couldn't get a colonoscopy without a doctor. There were things that I could not do myself. So you have to be your own advocate. You have to claim your health and just say, hey, there's something still isn't right. Something is still wrong. Something is still going on, right? But claim that I am going to be the healthiest version of it that I can be. If you've got cancer, what can you do? There are lots of books out there on juicing and nourishment and eating more plants and taking some meat out of your diet, things that cause inflammation. There are so many things you can do yourself to empower yourself. So claim it. Claim your health. Take back your power. Learn. Go. Do. That's what I did. I started 10 years ago getting books, and of course I had a lot of knowledge as a nurse and a diabetes educator and a competitive swim coach for years, so I had a lot of sports nutrition. I had a lot going for me, and so I really, really understand the challenge when you are just thrown at under the bus with these illnesses and these diagnoses, and you're at the mercy of our healthcare system, which is kind of a sick care system. So you need to claim it. You need to take back your power of your health, right? And just move forward. But watch summits, read books, go online, get in a group where you get support, right? All of these things are really, really important. And then the last piece is become it, right? So we've got dream it, believe it, claim it, and now become it. Who do you need to be? Who do you need to become in order to be this healthier version of yourself, right? We can't expect to be eating donuts, right? And say, well, I don't want to be diabetic anymore, but I can't give up the donuts, right? But right? So we have to make shifts. We have to make changes in our life, right? Sometimes it's a big shift, or sometimes, some people are they're jumpers, right? They can just do it all at once, right? They can just be like, I'm cutting out this and that and this and that, and I'm just going for it. And then other people, they need to make a shift a little bit at a time. Most people have to do that. Most people, because your brain, your habits, your subconscious, you have a lifetime of eating this way and doing this way. And when you try to go cold turkey and change everything all at once, sometimes your brain just kind of has a freak out show, just going to be honest. And then this is what happens. We get on this, we get on this kick, we're going to change our life and change our habits. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, 4 or 5 weeks, like something happens, you go out to eat with some people, it's a birthday, it's a something, and then you're back off your plan, right? Because we're looking at a lifestyle change, right? We want to really change how we show up in our own life, and that means claiming and becoming, right? We've got to make some changes. So what is it that you need to be doing in order to make yourself healthier, right? And maybe it's just one thing, and sometimes you just can add something. Like maybe you just need to drink more water, maybe you just need to eat some more vegetables, right? And maybe you can just enjoy a donut once in a while if that's your thing. But if you like pizza or spaghetti, there's healthier versions out there, right? You can create some other healthier version. You need help with that? I can help you with that. Lots of people. You can go online, Pinterest, recipes, books, like whatever. But you have to take the action, and you have to do all of these things, because that's going to give you the energy and the momentum to like get out of your own way, right? So whatever you're going through, whatever it is that you're dealing with, know that you can still create a healthier version of your own life. You can still find more joy. You can still focus to the future, right? Staying stuck in the why me, why is this happening, all of that, and just say, I don't know why it's happening, but I'm gonna just keep trying to move forward and get better, right? I didn't get better overnight. It took me years. But I went the long hard, like I didn't know there was coaches that could help me, like, right? Until later. And then I was like, wow, I could become a coach now, because I can really help people, because I went on the long, hard, thousands of dollars and reading and absorbing information. But you know what? If I can give you a shortcut, that's my job, right? If I can help you get there quicker, and that's what I'm doing here, right? And so this Become It is also what kind of things are you doing, right? We've had you dream it up before. We had you write it out. What did this life look like? So do more of that. Now that doesn't mean you're going to go hike the Appalachian Trail, but maybe you just want to go for a little walk with a friend, 15 minutes. Get a neighbor, a friend. Maybe you want to listen to music. Maybe you just dancing for 3 minutes in your house to a song that you love, right? You're changing your energy, you're changing your state, you're changing your mind, right? All of these things are powerful. So if you like gardening, get a couple little and then, you don't have to have a whole yard, a whole garden, right? We get in that all or nothing kind of mindset too, where it's like, well, I can't go do that, so I can't go walk on the beach for 5 miles, so I'm not even going to go, right? So I can't ride a bike. Well, can you walk? Can you move? What can you do, right? Can you call people? Can you write letters and inspire someone else? Can you, journal and write down your thoughts, get them out of your head, because that's a powerful thing too, like, right? All of this stuff swirling around in our head. So who does this person, like, when I saw myself wanting to be healthier, I was like, okay, why do I want to be healthier? Because I don't want to feel like this anymore, right? But because I didn't know this then, I didn't know to get a vision of what that looked like. But so it was harder, right? Because I was still stuck in the story of, oh, I don't want to feel like this, right? But I didn't know, well, what do I want? What do I want my life to be like? And I started to actually have these visions of these ideas, these thoughts about living near the ocean. We were in Georgia, but living near the ocean, I would be paddleboarding and coaching people and teaching them healthy ways to cook and eat. And I was like, I've never even been on a paddleboard, but I think I'm going to love that, right? And I was like, I don't know how we're going to get to the beach, how we're going to live near there. Like, how is that going to happen? But I just kept saying, wow, I just kept just believing in that, just believing in that little vision. It made me feel good, right? I was like, oh, that would be so fun. That would be so great. So I didn't get caught up in how or why. I just stayed in that energy. So that's why the dream part is so powerful, because it inspires you. And you know what? Things and people and stuff will start coming into your life. We had an opportunity for my husband to transfer here to Florida. So it happens, but you've got to take some action yourself. So, and then the final thought that I just want to leave you with is, like I said, you've got to get some support, some friends, get a coach, get a good medical team, a chiropractor, whoever. If you need medical care, then make sure you get a really good team that you believe in, a really good doctor that listens to you, right? I'm telling you from a healthcare professional. Make sure you have advocates for you, right? You should not be fighting for your health. But sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to say, nope, I really want to see a specialist. No, I really think I need this test. Like, right? This is your health. This is your life. This is your life, the only one you have. You need to claim it. Take back your power. There's books. Oh my gosh. Like, you can find books on anything. There's a great book by Louise Hay. It's called You Can Heal Your Life. She talks in there about a lot of the thing I was talking about before. When you break your leg, maybe you need a break, something like that. Maybe you, if you have hip problems, sometimes that's about being fearful about moving forward. Some of this stuff is, you can believe it or choose not to believe it, but at least give yourself the opportunity to learn about some of this, stuff out there that is helping people become well, right? So the other thing is, lots of books on well-being, right? Get a book, learn about, if you have a disease or an illness, learn about it, but don't terrorize yourself with the stuff on the internet. You can make yourself crazy. Find a good trusted source of information and stay there, right? There's some good doctors out there. There's plenty of YouTube videos, and just keep watching and learning, right? Just keep going, right? You don't have to believe everything that you hear and everything that you see, but certainly learn, right? The more that you learn, the more empowered you're going to be. Get in some groups, right? And I talked about summits, like maybe you watched the Pain-Free Summit before you came and watched this video. But summits are how I started. They were free. Of course, this was 10 years ago. They were just getting started, right? But I was getting information, and I was like, wow, I didn't know any of this was out there. I didn't know that there were, I didn't know what gluten was. Like, I didn't know what gluten, I had no idea. And I was like, ooh, I think maybe I'm gluten intolerant. And sure enough, like, that was the problem. And lactose intolerant, that was the problem. There was and then there was some other stuff. But I was also stuck in my own stories of shame and unworthiness and, perfectionism and all of that stuff. So that was really hindering my well-being, because I was telling myself that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't something enough, that I wasn't, being... that I wasn't being the best version of myself, because I had my own stories that I was stuck in, right? So that's the other thing. I help people with that, because you need freedom from your own mind sometimes, right? So taking back the power of your mind. Okay, and finally, the last thing, maybe this is happening for you. Whatever's going on in your life, in your well-being, in your health journey, maybe this is happening for you instead of to you, right? I could have stayed stuck in how sick I was and kind of just been in the victim mode, but I claimed my health, I claimed my power, I took back, I said, I'm going to figure this out. I didn't know what that would look like, but now the learning that I got is that I can help other people now. I can help other women. I can help them on their journey back to health, right? Because I've been there. So that is pretty much what I want to share with you, right? You deserve to live a happy, healthy, worthy life. You deserve it. You know what? Claim it. Dream it up. Believe it. Claim it. Become it. Right? That's all that I can tell you. That's all that I can offer you, and I hope this was of value. And certainly you can find me, you know where to find me if you want some more support on that. So I love you, and I wish you good health on your journey. And yeah, you can do this. You can do this. Thanks. Bye.